video is from Hillsar English Medium School.
Hello friends, in first and second part of this lesson, we have discussed about matter, the properties of particles which are present in the matter, the states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gases. Let us see ahead that these states of the matter can changes. All of us know that water, which is present in three different states, that is solid, liquid, and gas. In a solid form, it is ice. Liquid is familiar to us as a water, while the gas is water vapor. So, what happened inside the matter during this change of state? We know that the water we can change into the solid form, that is ice. It can be also converted into the water vapor. So, what actually happens into the particles of this matter? What happens to the particles of the matter during the changes of the state? How does this change of the state take place? We need answers to question all of this. For that, one of the activities given, see the next picture. Here, they have taken a beaker and in that they have put it ice. You can also perform this at home, provided you have one thermometer. So, in a beaker, they have taken ice cubes, and one thermometer is arranged over there, and from downside, it has given a heat. In the second picture, it is given that the water they have taken and they continue heating. Again, the thermometer is arranged, and then the different readings are taken. Now start heating the beaker on a low flame. While heating, we have to note down the reading over the thermometer. जैसे melting start हो जाए ice की, we will note down the reading. And again we will take a reading when that ice completely melts up into the water. That is, we have to take the observation during the conversion of solid to liquid state. Put a glass rod in the beaker and while heating we have to continuously stir that, उसको हिलाते रहना है. Then keep a careful eyes on the thermometer reading till most of the water has evaporized. मतलब वो जो पानी है completely turn into water vapor. Now record your observation for the conversion of water in the liquid state to the gaseous state. जब आप ये सब करेंगे तो what you will observe? See, you will observe that when just the conversion starts from one state to other state, that time there is no change in or the rise in the temperature noted over the thermometer. But when the complete conversion takes place, मतलब पूरे के पूरे आइस का water जब form होगा, तब you will see the rise in the temperature. Similarly, from liquid state to gaseous state. When liquids start evaporating, then you will observe the change in the temperature over the thermometer. So what happened actually over here? Whenever we are giving the temperature or increasing the temperature of this solid or the ice, the kinetic energy of the particle increases. Means what? The particles which are present in the solid that increase in its speed or fast move करने लगते हैं. That the moving body, the energy which they possess, we call it as kinetic energy. So due to the increase in the kinetic energy, the particles start vibrating with a greater speed. अपनी जगह पे वो vibrate होने लगते हैं. The energy supplied by the heat overcomes the force of attraction between the particles. हम जितनी ज़्यादा एनर्जी देंगे, it will overcome the force of attraction between the particles that we have studied. The matter contains the particle और हर एक particle के बीच में force of attraction होता है. और ये जितना हम ज़्यादा एनर्जी देंगे वो क्या करेगा? It will overcome over the force of attraction और वो force of attraction कम होता जाएगा. So particles leave their fixed position, अपनी जगह वो छोड़ देंगे and start moving more freely. So उनके बीच में जो space है वो बढ़ने लगेगी. The stage is reached when the solid melts and is converted to a liquid. So at the stage, what happens? The solid starts melting and converting into the liquid. The minimum temperature at which the solid melts to become a liquid at the atmospheric pressure is called its melting point. So here it is the definition of melting point. What is the definition? So कम से कम temperature जब solid just convert होता है liquid में फॉर्म होना और ट्रांजिशन होना, बट प्रेशर क्या होना चाहिए? एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर, जो प्रेशर एयर में है दैट शुड बी मेंटेन. प्रेशर बढ़ाना नहीं है या फिर कम भी नहीं करना है. So the melting point of the solid is an indication of the strength of the force of attraction between its particle. जितना ज़्यादा melting point होगा मतलब कि ज़्यादा temperature लगेगा melt होने के लिए. It shows that the force of attraction between the particle is much more. So हमें पता है ना, few of the material it melts at very high temperature, और कुछ material ऐसे होते हैं जल्दी melt हो जाते हैं जिसके force of attraction ज़्यादा है particles के बीच में. They are having high melting point. What is the melting point of ice? It is 273.15 Kelvin. That is near about 0 degrees Celsius. The process of melting, that is change of solid state into the liquid state, is also known as fusion. So when a solid melts, its temperature remains the same. So where does the heat energy go? जब हम सॉलिड मेल्ट होता है, हमने देखा ना, आइस स्टार्ट्स मेल्टिंग, इट्स टेम्परेचर रिमेन्स 0 डिग्री, इट डजेंट इंक्रीज. सो जो हम एनर्जी टेम्परेचर दे रहे हैं वो कहाँ पे जा रहा है, या फिर हीट उसे दे रहे हैं, हीट एनर्जी कहाँ पे जा रहा है, टेम्परेचर रिमेन्स द सेम. We have already studied in above part that whatever the energy we are giving, heat energy supplying, it is utilizing in increasing the kinetic energy of the particle. मतलब heat energy converted to kinetic energy. So particle starts vibrating faster and faster. और जब एनर्जी इतनी बढ़ जाती है कि it overcomes the force of attraction between the particles, that time the solid completely converts into liquid. You must have observed during the experiment of melting that the temperature of the system does not change after the melting point is reached till all the ice melts. जब तक पूरा का पूरा ice का पानी में form नहीं होता, ice converted to water, it doesn't shows a rise in the temperature over the thermometer. This happens even though we continue to heat the beaker, that is, we continue to supply heat. This heat gets used up in changing the state by overcoming the force of attraction between the particles. As this heat energy is absorbed by ice without showing any rise in the temperature, so that is the hidden one. So we call it as latent heat. So here the definition of latent heat. The word latent means hidden. So amount of heat energy that is required to change 1 kg of a solid into the liquid at atmospheric pressure at its melting point. मतलब अपने melting point में जितनी energy लगती है जो 1 kg solid को liquid में convert करने के लिए लगती है, but atmospheric pressure. This is also known as latent heat of fusion. Because fusion में क्या होता है, solid से liquid में convert होता है. So particles in water at 0 degrees Celsius have more energy as compared to the particles in the ice at the same temperature. Because ice में जो particles है, they are closely packed. They do not have much energy compared to the particles of water. Because particles of water क्या होता है, it has taken the energy from heat. When we supply heat energy to water, particles starts moving even faster. जब वाटर को और हम हीट सप्लाई करते हैं, what happens, already they are having more kinetic energy compared to the particles present in the solid state. So when more energy, much more energy we supply, particles vibrates very fast, or the move start moving very faster. At a certain temperature, the point is reached when the particles have enough energy to break free from the force of attraction of each other. And that time, the temperature for liquid starts changing into gases. So that time, at this temperature, the liquid changes into gases. The temperature at which the liquid start boiling at the atmospheric pressure, we call it as its boiling point. Boiling point क्या है? That time point or the temperature at which the liquid start boiling and start converting into gases. So boiling is a bulk phenomenon where the particles from the bulk of the liquid gain enough energy to change into the vapor state. Vapor means steam, in the form of steam. So for water, this temperature is 373 Kelvin. 373 Kelvin मतलब क्या? It is in degree Celsius, it is 100 degrees Celsius. You know how to convert Kelvin to degree. So 0 Kelvin, 0 degree means 273 plus 100 add करें तो हमें क्या मिला, 373 Kelvin. So here we can define the latent heat of fusion. This is the energy which must be supplied to cause a substance to melt at a constant temperature. Similarly, we can define latent heat of vaporization. It is the energy which must be supplied to cause a substance to boil at a constant temperature. So this is how solid state by heating converted to liquid state. For the liquid state, further heating converted to gaseous state. So vice versa, the gaseous state on cooling converted to liquid and the liquid further cooling converted to solid state. So we infer that the state of matter can be changed into another state by changing the temperature. Temperature अगर हमने change किया तो the matter can be shuffled from one state to other state. So we have learned that substances around us change states from solid to liquid and from liquid to gas on application of heat. But there are few examples that convert directly from solid state to gaseous state. Vice versa. Vice versa means gaseous से फिर से solid में जा सकते हैं without changing into the liquid state. Do you know any example of this? That is camphor. The activity is given with the camphor. Take some camphor or ammonium chloride, crush it and put it in a china dish. Put an inverted funnel over the china dish. Put a cotton plug on the stem of the funnel. So what you will observe when you start heating this, what will observe over here? You can see the change of state directly from solid to gas without changing that into the liquid. That what do we call that this is sublimation. मतलब क्या सॉलिड से डायरेक्टली गैस स्टेट में कन्वर्ट होना, लिक्विड स्टेट स्किप कर देना इज सब्लिमेशन. The direct change of gas to a solid without changing into the liquid is called deposition. गैस से लिक्विड कन्वर्ट ना होकर डायरेक्टली सॉलिड आना, दैट इज डिपोजिशन. सो सब्लिमेशन एंड डिपोजिशन बोथ आर अपोजिट टर्म्स. Now let us see the effect of change of pressure. Pressure अगर change करें तो क्या इफेक्ट होगा. हमने अभी देखा हीट अगर टेम्परेचर हम बढ़ा दें या कम कर देते, देर इज difference in the states of the matter. State changes from liquid to gas to solid, like that. So अगर pressure change किया तो क्या होगा. We have already learned that the differences in the various states of matter is due to the difference in the distances between the constituent particle. Particle के बीच में जो जितना distance है, depend upon that the matter state decides. मतलब matter solid होगा तो distance कम होगा, gaseous है तो सबसे ज़्यादा होगा. What will happen when we start putting pressure and compress a gas encloses in a cylinder? अगर हमने क्या किया, we apply a more and more pressure and gas को अगर हमने compress किया एक सिलेंडर में भर दिया, what will happen? Will the particles come closer? Do you think that increasing or decreasing the pressure can change the state of the matter? Yes, exactly. We know the compressed natural gas, where the natural gas, which is gaseous in form, when we put it in the cylinder, it turns into the liquid. मतलब गैस में जो सिलेंडर में जो गैस होता है, they are in liquid state. और जैसे हम नॉब खोलते हैं, ओपन करते हैं, LPG also, when we open the knob, the pressure decreases and liquid converted to gas. Pressure or reducing the temperature can liquefy the gas. अगर गैस को हमें लिक्विफाई करना है, मीन्स गैसेस स्टेट को लिक्विड स्टेट में कन्वर्ट करना है, तो देर आर टू ऑप्शन. वन इज वी कैन अप्लाई द प्रेशर. अगर प्रेशर नहीं अप्लाई कर सकते तो रिड्यूस द टेम्परेचर, टेम्परेचर को कम कर दो. हैव यू हर्ड ऑफ सॉलिड कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड? सॉलिड कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड कहाँ पे होता है? It is stored under the high pressure. Solid carbon dioxide gets converted directly to gaseous state on decreasing the pressure to 1 atmosphere without coming to the liquid state. This is the reason that the solid carbon dioxide is also known as dry ice. जो ice packs होते हैं ना, जो laboratory में use किए जाते हैं ice packs, in that they are having carbon dioxide which is solidified to form dry ice. So thus solid on fusion convert to liquid, liquid on vaporization convert to gas on deposition convert to solid, while solid on sublimation turn to gas on condensation convert to liquid, and liquid on solidification convert to solid. So solid जो है उससे अगर हमने सब्लिमेट किया तो गैस फॉर्म होगा, गैस को कंडेंस किया तो लिक्विड होगा, लिक्विड को सॉलिडिफाई किया तो सॉलिड फॉर्म होगा. So here we finish with few topics. Next points we'll see in the next part of this lesson. Your homework is to write the definitions which are come in this part. Melting point, boiling point, latent heat of fusion and latent heat of vaporization. ये 4 definition आपको लिख के learn करने हैं. Goodbye.